Take a breath. Feel your heart. Lighten up. I'm feeling a much lighter energy today that's lifting me up to this new place where all of the restrictions that I put on myself feel like they're lifting. And things that I didn't think were possible before because my mind was going, but how, or that's just lifting. It's lifting, and it's like the universe, when it supports you, can do anything for you. And really it supports you when you're aligned. So when you align, you are supported. And all of your parts are integrated. Okay. So it's Not So Wacky Wednesday, and we're going to talk about how listening to your intuition or your inner voice, or my boyfriend says, like, I think what you call your intuition or your inner voice, I think that I just call that myself. And I'm like, yeah, it would be nice if it was that simple for me. It's not that simple. There's a lot of different voices in my head. So anyway, so we're going to talk about listening to your intuition or your inner voice and your, I don't know how your inner child, God, your spirit, your soul. I call it your spirit a lot. I call it my spirit. But how does your spirit talk to you, and how can you listen to it? Because the more you listen to it, the more you trust it, the more it speaks to you. So this came to me. I mean, I've always kind of been a little mystical and listened to my intuition and my heart, or also your heart. There are some differences between all of these things, but they're basically the same. So I have always listened to my heart, and I always tell people that listen to your heart and you can't be wrong. Follow your heart and you can't be wrong. Okay, so and my brain just went in 1,000 different directions. It was like popcorn. So when you listen to, it came to me through the movie Harriet. When I was really little, I just used to sing that song all the time. Oh dear Lord, 3 things I pray: to see thee more clearly, follow thee more nearly, love thee more dearly, day by day. I think it's from Godspell, but I never saw Godspell. I don't know. I learned that song somewhere, and I would sing it all the time, and I really meant that. And I saw the movie Harriet about Harriet Tubman, and I was so inspired by that movie. I had read a book about her when I was younger and had been really inspired. But that movie, the newest one with Cynthia Erivo, is so great. And I just felt her heart and the strength of her heart and her love, and it really like resonated with me. And I wanted to be able to hear God like she heard God and follow God. And so that has been opening up for me, and it opened up to me when I was going through my divorce, and I just got all these messages like before the divorce kind of telling me that I needed to do this. And at one point I even said to my ex-husband now, I said, I have to do this also because I'm bringing in the new earth, and I can't do that with you. Because his energy was much heavier, and I was trying to lift up, and I had been lifting up, and it was just creating this contrast in me that was just very disturbing energy. It was really difficult to feel. I'm trying to think of there's another word that begins with a C, but I can't remember it right now. Anyway, so following your spirit, listening to your spirit. And I have a couple of different books that are kind of like tuning you into how you can do that. I just found this one. I read the Celestine Prophecy and the 10th something or other, two of his other books. But I was in a bookstore talking about synchronicity. I was in a bookstore the other day, just dropping off some jewelry for a jewelry swap. Books and Company in Hamden. It's a great place. And I found this book and I was like, oh my God, like, I think this is what we're trying to do, me and my boyfriend, with our new, what we're going to build, our retreat. I think we're trying to do something like this. And so I picked it up, and one of the chapters is like ways you can experience your spirituality or the mystical. And he says, moving from idea to experience, communion with a God, so however you experience that, and then experiencing transcendence in sports, he talks about prayer and meditation, sacred sites where you can feel like a higher vibration, and he talks about locating sacred sites, but also just being out in nature, because different sites may be different for each person. Like some people like the mountains, some people like the ocean. Being near water, I was feeling really drawn to water and waterfalls. But also how we know when God, spirit, our soul, or our intuition is talking to us. We can feel things lighter. I can sometimes get like a misty feeling, and everything slows down. Things are closer to you. You feel them like right up close. Like during the time of my divorce, like when I heard like certain songs, they were like right up there. Like it was really clear that they were speaking to me. Not like normal, like, but it was like really in my, like I felt it right there. So that's the sense of closeness. Okay, and then I have this other book, this book, and it talks about 6 simple steps to access your own inner voice. Number 1, quiet your mind, maybe through walking in nature or meditation. Be humble and take your ego down a few pegs. You have to get out of your head. That's what I've been kind of stuck in my head thinking, how could this happen? How could this happen? But as this is another way too that you can tune into this. Today I was with somebody, a very high vibe person, and whenever I'm with them, I feel like this lightness. And even before I was with them, I think because I experience people's energy. Like if I'm going to see them during the day, I'll tune into my spirit tunes into their energy before. I don't know why or how, but that's what happens. So I had some really like exciting ideas this morning about things that I wanted to do. And I think I was already in that high vibe because I knew I was going to meet with them. And then I met with them and I got even more high vibe and excited. And when I get in that state, I don't think that there's anything holding me back. I know they're like my brain and my mind isn't holding me back anymore. Anything can happen, and I've already experienced that. And it happens very quickly. My friend that I was just with reminded me of that, because I was telling them about what happened with me and my divorce and how everything happened really quickly. And I was told that would happen, and I would have to make these really quick decisions, things would happen and I'd have to decide really quickly. And I know that that's going to happen again really soon. And maybe all the time, like once you're in the flow of things. Trust your gut. Everybody has had gut feelings, perceptions, or strong thoughts that come to us out of the blue and make a deep impression on us. Pay attention to these gut feelings. They may tell you to do something or go somewhere. Also, Sonia Choquette is somebody that I followed before, and I went to one of her seminars, and she teaches you how to tune into that. Ask for help. ask God or whoever, the universe, let God or the universe know what you want, but be open to receiving it in a different package, different than you thought. Be open and believe that we are not alone in this world. We are not. And if you believe that we are, it's just you haven't had enough experiences that have broken you down enough, because that's what happens. To open to that we're not alone, that we're being helped and guided and supported. And become adept at hearing your inner voice just by tuning into it. The more you listen and trust, the more you're going to hear. Okay. So for Not So Wacky Wednesday, we're gonna give a lot more credit to our intuition and our inner guidance system than we do to our mind and our brain and to the rational, logical part of us. And see what happens. Life can be magical. So that's it for Not So Wacky Wednesday. I think that's all I have. If you have any other ways that you tune into spirit and you want to share them, I don't remember everything all the time. So please share the ways that you tune in and listen and what you've heard and your experiences. It's also the same as what Abraham Hicks describes as the vortex. When you're in the vortex, that's when you're aligned and things just flow, and it's magical. It's magical the way it happens. It's not like when you're on the outside of it and you're looking at it through your mind and logical and rational. Oh my God, people believing in angel numbers and all that stuff, and they listen to all that stuff. And yeah, if you are doing it through your mind, it's not going to work. You have to have they're not real signs unless your gut is telling you that, or you're not really aligned, because you're getting signs all the time and information and feedback. It's like a biofeedback loop, or a feedback loop, not necessarily a biofeedback loop, but that's there too. It's a feedback loop. So you can tell how aligned you are by the people that you're meeting. If you're getting a lot of conflict and contrast, sometimes that's just guiding you towards what you're looking for. But it's also letting you know that you might not be aligned, that you are not in you're not in alignment. So your thoughts and beliefs and actions are all maybe going in different directions. And you can only just get more and more aligned. You're never going to be probably in perfect alignment, but you just get more and more parts of yourself in alignment. And as you do that, you experience these synchronicities and it's magical. Life is really magical. And I have been out of it a little bit. I was in it like through the divorce, but then I got really scared because the things that I had asked for came to me. And then I was just like, oh my God, and they came different than I thought. And I was just really scared. And so then I would go up into my head to moderate that. So I'd go back and forth between, and it was kind of like when I was pregnant and I was giving birth to my daughter, the cortisol just kept kicking the oxytocin off. The oxytocin is what relaxes you and opens you up so you're ready to give birth. But I was so freaked out and scared and stressed out that the stress hormones were kicking the cortisol off. So I was in labor for a week, but nothing was happening. And I feel like I've been kind of in that state now where I would start to trust, and then something would happen and I'd get scared and I'd pull back and I'd go into my head again. And I feel like now I'm moving back into my heart. I have been moving back and forth, but I feel like I'm really embracing this, I don't know, who I am now, and letting go of who I was. And there was a lot of guilt that was holding me back because of getting the divorce and what I put my kids through, and that held me back too. But now I'm at a place where I know that everything that I did was I had to do it, and it was for a greater purpose. And I'm stepping into that purpose and that power now. And as I do that, it just, I'm getting more of these synchronicities, and I know they're gonna come fast and things are gonna change really quickly. But it's very exciting. So imagine living your life that way, where you're not in that rut, in that same thing happens every day, and you have to go to work and you have to do this, and life feels very heavy and hard and scary. But imagine living in lightness and love and freedom and connection, because you have that choice. It's really stepping from your left brain over to your right brain. And we can make it just really simple, and we don't have to get spiritual. We don't have to get anything like that. It's moving from your left brain to your right brain. So that's Not So Wacky Wednesday.